And I'm like, well, dude, how do you expect to be in a plural marriage with me if you have this person that you worship? That's part of being a husband in a plural marriage. You have to be able to hear everybody equally.
Here's the ugly truth nobody wants to admit about Robyn and Kody's so-called perfect polygamous marriage. Spoiler, it's far from divine. Yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to ThreadoraTalks, where the conversations are always next level. I'm your host, Christopher, and today we're turning things up a notch. Trust me, this is one video you do not want to miss, so let's dive right in. Robyn absolutely loved this moment. She was soaking up every word Janelle said like it was gospel. The real, raw deal. This is her vibe, the sacred cow, or donkey, depending on how you see it. She's been scowling so long, the best she can muster when she tries to smile is a straight line. Honestly, it's hard not to criticize. Just Google her mom, Alice. Robyn stares in the mirror and sees her future, which, spoiler alert, isn't pretty. There was a husband and wife team who left their religion and now run a podcast about AUB, the sect. The wife's the daughter of the current head honcho, and the husband grew up with Robyn. His best friend? Robyn's brother. He said Alice was terrifying growing up. You really do reap what you sow, and those 444 notes, spot on. Robyn gives off that vibe hardcore. To her own kids, she's the doting, over-the-top mom, comforting and coddling like a pro. But with other kids, she's just plain mean and a little scary. That attitude probably spills over to her own children, especially the two older girls. Remember when they were moving to Flagstaff? You almost saw it there, the subtle jabs at Christine and Janelle for their weight. She definitely earned that shade. Ari? She's totally channeling Grandma Alice. Perfectly fitting for the legacy Kody deserves. Speaking of legacy, Robyn's mouth area, it's like a black hole. Seriously, what's going on there? No teeth? If she lost them, fine, but she talks and yet it looks like she's missing half the set. And she's treating Kody like he's her best customer, like some weird mid-face hypoplasia from generations of inbreeding. Yeah, it's a thing in closed communities. Think Appalachia, Melungeons. Not just Robyn. Meri's got that classic Mormon face. Janelle and Christine have that sharp Ozark woman profile. It's a genetic cocktail that comes with tight-knit, intermarrying communities. The OG kids need to break free. No more marrying cousins. Blood's like water. It's gotta flow or it turns funky. Robyn's smugness? Legendary. And Kody? No prize himself. They deserve each other perfectly. It's like standing on a pile of garbage and feeling proud no one else wants it. She'll never shake Kody's stink off her. Enjoy your prize, Robyn. She's basically a dung beetle rolling around in it. Perfect metaphor. Her family went through hell. The breakup, tragedy, and she still finds validation in acting like she won some prize. If it were her kid who died, or if she were one of the OG 3, that smug grin would vanish instantly. And oh, the vocal stims are back. Honestly, it's not even anger. More like resigned amusement. Robyn only watches clips that show her in a good light. She showed her true self, needing to be the center of attention, the sacred cow, the one Kody worships. For years, the other wives had to kiss her feet to get his affection, and she loved it. Now, the game's over. She's furious no one's bending the knee anymore. She's miserable with Kody now. She played a stupid game and won a stupid prize. The sacred cow status. Chef's kiss, if you ask me. But narcissists don't do shame. Honestly, it's surprising she's still with him. She seemed to stay for the ego boost of being the most desired. Without other wives, she'd hate the spotlight because it makes the others look bad. And she thrives on jealousy. She's still riding the OG3's coattails financially. Kody can't even keep up with the Flagstaff mansion, let alone rentals. The only way anyone else wins is by refusing to play. She's stuck with her mansion, dolls, and needy self, too scared or too lazy to find a real man who'd actually tolerate her. Her money's tied up in the marriage. Divorce means losing it all. She'll stay for the cash and the drama, fueling hate fires just to feel special. But once the show ends, she'll be out. Alimony, child support, and Kody's social security will keep her afloat for a while. Then she'll find another mark to mooch off. That's why she's begging Kody to get more wives, because as the first wife, she'd get control, space, and extra income from the newbies. Smart move, if you can call it that. Kody's worship of her is nauseating. They're both deluded by their divine love, like they're the only ones who get it. Meanwhile, everyone else sees the narcissism plain as day. Their life miserable. Kody got a special message. First polygamy, then monogamy. And he's the center of God's universe. Total ego trip. Robyn's smile when Janelle called her Kody's sacred cow? Priceless. She thought she won. Spoiler, she didn't. Kody and Robyn, perfect match. Misery loves company. It's hard to imagine anyone tolerating her in public. She's so vile. It's a wonder someone hasn't shown her karate moves, but no doubt she'd sue and milk it for a neck brace and wheelchair in court. Robyn tried to hide her smug smile when Janelle said it, but nope, it broke through. That perma-frown morphed into a grin that said, yeah, I'm the favorite. They need to reach out to their kids and try to fix things. It's on Kody, but Robyn can't just sit back either. Janelle got the better end of the deal. Kody is gross. Robyn's son's death is heartbreaking, but at least Janelle has real support now. The real Robyn. It's insane Robyn's smug about Kody worshipping her. Where I'm from, if a loser like him worshipped me, I'd file a restraining order. When she said God would protect her, it just brought to mind, honey, have you read the Bible? Why does Kody Brown's love story look more like emotional abuse? Spoiler, it's way worse than you think. Janelle said she doesn't think she would have married Kody if they had a year-long courtship. This statement feels very genuine compared to other comments on the show. If she doubts lasting a year unmarried, it's understandable she endured nearly 30 years in marriage with him. Kody will likely claim he thought the same, but didn't say it first to avoid hurting anyone. However, much of what Kody says about his first 3 wives is hurtful and spiteful, showing a lack of loyalty. He admitted he wasn't in love or interested in a physical relationship with them, which caused the marriages to fail. Kody allowed Robyn to control his relationships with the other wives and children. Now Robyn and Kody are left with each other and will have to support themselves without relying on the original 3 wives. Robyn is said to have won the jackpot, since she will likely get half of Kody's assets if they divorce. Robyn's reactions in the show suggest she is pleased with the current state of affairs, especially how Janelle's marriage ended. However, some see Robyn's attitude as toxic and unhealthy. Many agree the wives were raised in a controlling, cult-like environment where men are given authority and women are expected to follow. This makes it difficult for them to leave or fully recognize the abuse. The Mormon fundamentalist beliefs they followed contributed to the pressure to marry quickly and have children as their duty. There is speculation that TLC manipulates clips to create more drama and might be missing context. Some think Janelle's comment about not wanting a long courtship may reflect her concern for Meri's feelings, since she considered her a good friend at the time. The relationship dynamics are complicated by family ties. Janelle's mother married Kody's father shortly before Janelle and Kody married, technically making them step-siblings, though they were adults and didn't grow up together. Some viewers criticize the wives for rewriting history about their experiences with Kody. Christine is noted as the only one who has openly admitted the real reasons she left, without revising the narrative. Others appear to adjust their stories over time, which may be a defense mechanism. Overall, many agree the wives were loyal for years despite emotional neglect and mistreatment. The entire situation is sad, especially considering the children involved and the toxic family dynamics. The culture of rushing into marriage within this belief system prevented the women from fully understanding what they were getting into. Ever been told by a parent they never loved your other parent? Here's what that really means for the kids. Some people, like Kody, have openly admitted they never loved their spouse. Imagine being told, after decades of marriage, "I never loved you, I shouldn't have married you, and I regret it." Charming, right? Hearing something like that is devastating because it makes you question your entire existence. Were you just a duty, a burden? Being told you came from obligation rather than love can shatter a person's sense of worth. It also makes you wonder if the same lies were told all along, if love was ever real or just a performance. It's one thing for parents to fall out of love, separate, divorce, and find new partners. But what's truly heartbreaking is when one parent chose their children out of love and the other stayed out of obligation. This is exactly what happens in some families, where the original partners clearly chose love from the start, while the other party chose duty. Saying, "I never loved her," often becomes a get-out-of-accountability-free card. Rather than being honest about feelings throughout the marriage, some people use this as an excuse to absolve themselves later. "I never loved you anyway" suddenly excuses all the damage done. Spoiler alert, it doesn't. Either the love was a lie all along or the denial of love now is a lie. Either way, it's hurtful, and the kids end up paying the price. When a parent dismisses the love in their marriage, children start to worry if the love between parent and child is also conditional. It falls on the parents to reassure their kids that parent-child love is different, unconditional, and unchanging. In many cases, one parent stops showing love to their children, making any effort seem conditional or half-hearted. When affection is tied up in excuses like, "only if things are convenient," kids don't feel loved or wanted. Conditional love is no love at all. Even when parents separate amicably, children can feel like they weren't worth fighting for. And that feeling cuts deep. When hurtful things are said, like, "I never loved you," and then walked back as if they were just slips of the tongue, it's even worse. The truth, no matter how painful, is at least honest. Pretending such words don't matter is cruelty for cruelty's sake. This pattern is not uncommon. Lies, excuses, selfishness, and making love sound like a mistake or a burden rather than a foundation. It's a toxic cycle that damages families deeply. The takeaway? Children are always chosen and loved, no matter what the parents say. The failure is on the adults. When someone loves only themselves, their relationships suffer. Loving how someone makes you feel is not the same as truly loving them as a person. And that whole "I didn't mean it" defense? It's the cruelest excuse of all. Saying something hurtful and then pretending it was accidental is emotional abuse disguised as a slip-up. Words can break families, but actions can heal them. When the actions don't match the words, the damage is lasting. If nothing changes, relationships are lost for good, proving the love was never really there to begin with. Forget everything you thought you knew. This latest Kody and Robyn meltdown is more disgusting than you can imagine. Just when I think I've hit peak disgust with Kody and Robyn, they crank it up to a whole new level. Kody, seriously, was fake licking Robyn's photo. Yes, you read that right. My eyes will never recover from that visual nightmare. Then there's that preview clip where he talks about shutting Suki down, and the way he crosses his legs, purses his lips, and shushes like the simpering little man-baby he is. Pure cringe. And Robyn? Smirking like she just won the world's dumbest trophy during those Kody Janelle throwbacks. That smug little smile screams manipulation. Honestly, it's clear she twists everyone around her to suit her agenda. They're both so despicable, it's exhausting. I love Janelle flat out saying she doesn't want any friendship with them. Finally, some honesty. When Robyn smiled in that last clip, all I could think was, that's the best smile you've managed in 19 seasons, and that's what you're proud of? It was so telling. She's proud of herself for being whatever that is. Ugh, hate her. That SMIRK. That's the real Robyn. Pure evil. The narcissist delight. It's been so long since any wife even hinted she might be the favorite. She just couldn't keep it in. Body language experts call that duper's delight. I call it the liar's smile. She tried to hold it back, but nope. She needed that hit. And then there was that bizarre moment when she nearly laughed while Janelle talked about not being able to talk to Kody about Robyn, even after the tragedy with Garrison. What's funny about a family breaking apart after a loss? Nothing. Yet there she was, barely holding back her snicker. Disturbing and so fake. The second Suki called her out on not wanting to watch the clips, Robyn played the victim card instantly. Classic divide and conquer. She's so transparent, it's almost impressive. Oh, and of course, because Robyn called Kody yummy, he had to up it to delicious. Their enmeshment is painfully obvious and embarrassing to watch. I hope someday they look back and cringe at how juvenile and vile they acted. But honestly, I won't hold my breath. That scene convinced me more than ever Kody's closeted, or at least completely in denial about being gay. He reminds me of those teens who overcompensate with their "I like women" proclamations, but have zero experience. And that fake licking, I missed it the first time. Thank God. Watching them, it felt like Kody and Robyn rehearsed every line on the drive over. They parroted phrases almost word for word. And when Kody snapped, "I just won't give you an answer then," I was ready to yell, "Fine, then we won't pay you for this episode." I almost wanted to stand up, rip off her mic, and say, "Okay, short interview, everyone out." They're both full of it. The way they try to drag Meri, so gross, considering all the psychological trauma she's endured. Christine and Janelle, too. They've all taken different hits from Kody's abuse and Robyn's manipulations. These two are some of the most toxic, delusional people I've ever seen. I'm sure late at night, when it's quiet, both Kody and Robyn feel the weight of the wreckage they caused. Yet there's zero growth or remorse. Instead, Kody's deflection and projection could win Olympic gold. He's desperately running from his own truth. And of course, Robyn can't even watch the clips. It would shatter her delusions. Totally agree. I went into the tell-all ready to be annoyed. But fake licking the photo and his ridiculous leg crossing with those stupid faces? I'm still processing that level of cringe. The previews for next week? Just as bonkers. At least I'm prepared. When Janelle said she doesn't want a friendship with them, guess there's no funeral reconciliation after all. Totally on Kody. Honestly, who would want to be around him? Meh. I don't like them. No clearer than that. I love Janelle. So honest. I was yelling at the TV during Kody's man-baby tantrum, interrupting Suki. That guy needs a giant mirror shoved in his face. He'd probably explode if he had to face his mistakes and take accountability. Deep down, he knows he's partly to blame for the family's collapse and Garrison's death. I hope he lies awake stewing over it. But nope, neither Kody nor Robyn has a shred of class. Kody obsesses over Robyn to avoid blame. He can't leave his perfect diesel jeans model shy wife, because that would blow up his story of destroying his family for true love, worth isolating his own kids over. Also, Kody was practically saying, "Robyn, you were hot. Not so much now." And those makeup jobs, yikes. Now I totally get why Janelle bailed after a year. Here's the ugly truth no one's talking about. Kody Brown's biggest failure isn't his marriages. It's the way he's abandoned his own kids. Kody's biggest failure, rejecting his own kids. Nothing stings quite like a parent turning their back on you. It's heartbreaking that he can't or won't be there for his children. But what truly shatters the heart? Watching those kids grow into incredible people despite him. Marriage is tough, Kody. You messed up. Big time. But that's something you can move past. What you won't be able to shake off on your deathbed is the rejection of your own children. Here's a wild idea. Drop the ego. Stop fighting with your ex-wives. Forget saving face. Just reach out. Say 3 words. I love you. Then mean it. If Robyn truly loves you, she'll support you being a father to all your children. But nope. Kody's too wrapped up in himself to get this. It's devastating for the brown kids. He doesn't care about them, but lavishes attention on his golden kids. And the fact that he publicly disparages some of his own children on a national TV? Who does that? What actual F? This whole situation is a toxic mess. For the OG kids' sake, just end the show already. It's abusive at this point. Kody's a hateful man, and his enablers are just as bad. The OG3 deserve to be seen thriving after breaking free from all this. But Kody and Robyn, their fake narrative. No thanks. It wouldn't be surprising if Kody's contract forces the OG3 to appear only if he's involved. Otherwise, why keep him, especially with all the backlash? Some of the OG wives wanted Kody to be better to all of his kids, not just Robyn's. But since Kody seems to hang on Robyn's every word, he's doomed. He won't reach out to the OG12 until Robyn gives him permission, and she never will. Imagine if he'd fixed things with Meri. She'd have welcomed all the kids, organized family get-togethers. Even if Christine and Janelle left, Meri's home could have been a refuge for the younger kids. But they pushed her away, and everything crumbled. And seriously, Kody's face lighting up over Robyn's professional makeup and thin figure. Gross. He doesn't light up for his kids, but he's still lusting over his wife at 55 plus? Embarrassing. According to Kody's twisted logic, rejecting his children was easy because they didn't accept his divine Robyn, giving her divine status over his wives and beau kids. Sickening and blasphemous. Robyn talks about Kody talking to his kids as long as there's a safe space. What? Why can't they just talk? Is she imagining therapists or surveillance? Safe for her, maybe? This reminds of stories where fathers left families for other women who then wouldn't let them see their kids alone. Eventually, all communication stopped. That kind of control only causes more pain. Women like Robyn need a taste of their own medicine. He's just a sperm donor. Don't let him steal any more love or time. Kody created an atmosphere thick with negative energy. No one felt welcome in his world. All his stories about the good old days? Total crap. Work on your relationships today. No one cares about your life 25 years ago. If Kody focused on others instead of himself, maybe things'd be different. His dad was rough, and Kody was the pretty boy who wanted a letterman's jacket for Christmas and got work clothes instead. Classic cold, mean family dynamics. The apple didn't fall far from the tree. Hurt people hurt people. It would take a real man, not Kody, to break the cycle. Kody thinks he's fine. Tragic. Sad. The worst part? The OG kids are realizing how little they want or need him now. Someday he'll realize what he's done, but it'll be too late. He'd rather parent someone else's kids than his own. All right, now I want to hear from you. Sound off in the comments and let me know where you stand. Agree, disagree, or something in between. And if you're enjoying the vibe, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you're always in the loop. Your voice counts, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for hanging with me.